Dampers, it's me again. Seems a bit in here tonight. I don't know what it is. I think the sun's shining outside. I've got all the lights on, but so I've been playing with my. Let me grab them if I can reach. Oh, I've got all my inks ready. I've been playing with this. I was going to do one and call it All the Critters, but I only ended up using the mushrooms out of here. I didn't use any of the animals. I used the grass out of this one. Didn't use any of the animals. But I am using the waterfront. And I'm going to finish off. I did the rhino. I did the beautiful giraffe. Tonight's appearance will be the kangaroo. But he won't be alone. He's coming with these two guys as well. A beautiful, I think, fabulous card. I'm using a little bit of the waterfront as well to give it a little safari background. Even though, it's a contradictory card when you think about it. It's got leaves and clouds in the back, in one half of the back. It's a double Z fold. Let me just show you. It's this gorgeous double Z fold card. And I've done the clouds, which I was going to use my paper from Mr. Magic, because there's beautiful clouds on the back of that paper. But the other side is too beautiful just to use it for the clouds. So I've gone with last year's celebration item, which is Lift Me Up Design Series paper. There's clouds on the back of that one. And the mint macaron is coming back in slowly. We'll be back in June. We have Old Olive, mint macaron, Emerald Envy and Tranquil Tide. So I've done like all the creatures and I've cut them out. And this wonderful giraffe looks like she's having a right old time eating those leaves out there. I wanted to break this space up, so I put some mountains in, and I ended up doing the mushrooms. Don't ask me why there's mushrooms out in the safari, but there is in my card. And this beautiful giraffe carrying the koala. They've all got their eyes closed. But somebody said if you wanted to do one with the eyes open, just add some goggly eyes. That would be perfect. I have got this going across here, and I have made it so the dimensional isn't getting trapped, and it does fold shut. It will fit a standard 8 1/4 and 8 1/8 by 5 7/8. So it's just one sheet of card cut in half and then extra for the bottom bit of the Z fold. And I've got this Wild About You. I've used the tops of the trees and the mountain scene. Here and here and here and here. Which I just wanted to break up the blue. It was too plain. But I think it's an adorable card and I love it. Wild About You. You can stamp on the back after. You can stamp on the back. You can write your message on the back. And I'm just going to put my Stampin' Up logo on the back as well of this one. I'll do it also on the other one. But yeah, and I've put some of the leaves there all flat. And then I've added dimensionals to those sticking out just to give it a 3D. But I think this is just the most adorable card ever. You could have put a child's name in here or their age, their number, of what age they're going to be. If it's a birthday card. You know, I just think it's so cute. So we're going to do this one. So I've got my card pieces. I'm going to stand that up there. I love it. That's so cute. I've got my leaf punch from Stampin' Up. Love this. Being carried over. Along with the Painted Harvest. I have mounted up all my creatures. Well, actually, they've been mounted up for the past couple of days. I made this card 2 days ago, but I've had so much other little bits to do. So let me give you the measurement. Your card base, like I'm saying, the lemon lime twist. Just love this colour card. This is 4 1/8 by 11 3/4. And we are going to do some. We're just going to fold it in half and then fold one of the flaps backwards. This is 2 inches by 11 3/4. I wanted a good depth on my Z fold at the bottom. Some people have a little bit. I wanted a lot. My designer series paper then. You want 2 at 3 7/8 by 2 5/8. These are going to be for the smaller panels. And this one is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. And this is for the larger panel. We're going to be stamping and doing our images on the Whisper White. And this is 1 7/8 by 2 5/8. No, that's 5 5/8 and 1 7/8. And these are both 1 7/8 by 2 5/8. So there's your card pieces. I am going to Just fetching my trimmer as I do. Look at all my stamp. I'm loving the new black and white, by the way. I did like the green, but you can't have everything. Oh, even though we'd love to. And what we're going to do, I'm only using this as a guide. Because it's an awkward size, you'd end up with probably something like 1 1/15 or something. So I'm just folding my card in half. There's no exact science to this. I'll give you measurements at the end if you want. So we're folding it in half, so it's 5 7/8. But to measure 5 7/8 and half it, you're talking minute numbers. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to turn my card over, keeping that along the back, and I'm going to fold and bend this again, keeping those all nice and close together, and press down and crease, and it gives you a lovely clean image when you've done. So this is the front of our card. I will measure them now actually, and these, it literally is 2 15/16. So that's a bit of a mouthful. So just fold in half and fold back on yourself. Same with this one. Just going to fold it in half, making sure they butt up nice and tight. I'm going to fold and burnish. You don't even need a trimmer for this one, but you're going to fold back on itself and burnish that as well. And I did a Z fold card, exactly the same as this, maybe slightly different measurements, on the Night of Bethlehem card. Well, I was going through my videos the other day to see what was what, and it's had over 12,000 views, that card. I am really, really chuffed about that. So our 2 pieces of card are like this now. There's your Z fold. So with our designer series paper, we can add that right now. We're going to do some stamping before we add the white, just to make sure. And there, is that Lift Me Up paper? I had loads of this while it was going free on the celebration. You could earn this item last year. Was it last year or maybe the year before? I can't remember. But nice border all the way around, nice and even. Keeping your clouds nice and straight. But I've only got 1 sheet left with the clouds on for the Myths of Magic. And I don't intend on buying any more because it's not coming back in June. So I will make do what I've got. But what little bit I have got left, I wasn't going to waste all those clouds just on these 2 cards. And I've had none left. But I do love the reverse of that paper. It's absolutely gorgeous. Because the clouds are the ones with just the plain paper. The other side is glitter and glamour and gorgeousness. And so I'm just using old retired paper. You could use plain white or maybe a sheet of cardstock and sit and punch out a load of clouds with your tree builder punch. That's got cloud shapes on it. And you've got dies in certain other sets that have got clouds on, if you wanted to go to all that trouble. But I don't see anything wrong with using a little bit of retired designer series paper. We can add this now, if you want to. That's going on there and there. Look at that. I'm going to make sure this is perfectly lined up. So I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape. Very strong adhesive. Absolutely marvellous. Just adding a bit top and bottom and a little slice in the middle as well. And on the back bit. Just going to turn it around. It's about the same distance. You just don't want any overhanging on here because you'll just get stuck once you fold the card. So I'm going to check that I've got that right, actually. So, there's my... Oh, I've got a little bit overhanging. So, how to cure that? Pull off your strips. And then find my little tab. I've gone a little bit too far there. got a scratch bin next to me. So fingers crossed. Yay, I've got a little bit of lemon lime twist. So what we're going to do, I'm going to measure that. So I need a little strip about that big. Don't worry about the rest, we'll cut that off. Peel these backings off. It's gone really dark in here. I do apologise if you've got any shadowing you can see. So, my husband's phone is going mental. So I'm going to lay this here. Because I know I don't need... Oh, it's gone sticky already. Of course it's gone sticky. I don't need that bit there. I'm just going to cover that up. Problem solved. You're not going to see that because it's going on the back of here. And line that up. Making sure it's right along that edge. So now if you look at it, there's no stickiness. So when our card closes, it won't stick to anything. Otherwise, that would have stuck down and you would never have got it open. So I'm going to take off my paper from here. And this then is going here, right up to the edge and making sure it's right level at the bottom as well. Perfect. Lovely. So now we can open, and you can reimburse your score lines. Make sure they're nice and crisp. I like to do them a couple of times. I like it to stay flat. Perfect. Lovely. Nice Z-fold card there. Oh my gosh, it's gone really dark in here. So I'm going to set this to one side just for a moment. I am going to need some extra Whisper White, which I've got here. This is the thick Whisper White. And I'm just going to grab my blends now. And I'm going to be doing the sky. I want about halfway. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just hazy looking I want. Again, same as what we did on a couple of cards back with the one with the rhino on. Beautiful. So that's a hazy look. Don't worry about your under paper. Mine is just there to stop any spillage. Perfect. This is our scrap. So I'm just going to do the decorating first. Then we're going to concentrate on the animals. So I'm using now, oops, my crumb cake on the bottom. Like I say, this is the gravel path now, it doesn't have to be perfect. And me and Carla, we were having a conversation the other day, but I can't find where it was written down. So if you can tag me in them again. So you want to add little boulders and stuff like that, now you can go with a bit darker. But don't worry about that, just add in boulders, pebbles, stones. It looks a bit crap at the minute, but don't worry about that because we're going to be adding grass, our animals are going on there. So I'm basically just creating a scene. You'd be surprised. You can use watercolours, your pencils or anything on base. This is brilliant. So now I am fetching in my Sahara sand. This is my long piece. So this is the one where the rhino and the kangaroo are going to sit. And I'm going to stamp off. I'm just going to stamp. And I'm just creating, like I'm saying, it doesn't matter that this one's going to be paler either. Just creating a background. Oh, I nearly picked up. So, with the mushrooms, we're going to have this one as well. And I'm just going to go straight on with that one. A little bit paler. So there's another background. And with this one, I need a pale one. Perfect. Now our trees. Our trees are very large, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and level them up as best I can. Just on the end of my stamp. And I'm just going to hold them back. And I'm just stamping. I'm going to make sure first. That's perfect for me. I'm sorry about the shadows. And I'm just popping them down. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love it. That's just what I wanted. So now I'm coming in with the garden green. Love this colour as well. And I'm going to type. I'm going to be stamping my Wild About You. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave off the mushrooms this time. The mushrooms. And I'm going to stamp my Wild About You. Oh, that is lovely. It's turned out just how I wanted it to. Perfect. So I'm using the grass now, which is out of A Little Wild. And I'm just going along the bottom. Just to add a bit more depth to this card. Absolutely perfect. Whoops. And I'm going to go on my Wild About You. I'm just adding a little dot, if you can see that underneath. And two little gentle ones for there. It's just to add the texture. So I'm going to do that again here. Just pale ones, just to break it up. Now I'm just going to do a few along the bottom here. Love it. I'm leaving space for my kangaroo. And my rhino is going to be set up a little bit, so you can have a couple of tufts. And I'm going to put... I'm looking at my other cards, see, so my kangaroo's going about here. That height. So I'm just going to pop... And I can always hide them with the actual animal. But aren't they beautiful? Absolutely stunning. Yeah, so we haven't got the mushrooms this time. Mushrooms. But we can attach these now. Using Tombow for the wiggle space. Making sure you've got enough on the corners. You don't want this lifting up. And you want a nice little border all the way round. Even that is starting to take shape, and it looks rather cool to me. But such a brilliant I don't know what that's doing. Oh, he's got a bit of a conk there. Bit of a wonk. Don't know why this seems smaller. And then this one's going on the very back. I think my card is off by just a touch. No, it's actually quite perfect. Why these two pieces seem a lot smaller than that one. So my giraffe's going here, so I'm having the words above this one, whereas I had the words here. It takes the eye off the giraffe, so these words are being shifted to here. I'm leaving just the trees. Then you'll be able to spot the wonderful little giraffe in the trees. Right, I'm going to go now. I have gone and been a bit cheeky, and I have cut out and coloured my giraffe already. I want him just poking in there. My rhino is going here. I don't want his tail over latching. And we are now just going to stamp our gorgeous, whoops-a-daisy, gorgeous kangaroo. Oh, sweet. And I'm using the tuxedo. Oh, look at that. What a perfect stamped image. It's just the sweetest little thing ever. I'm going to close that for a minute. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I had to adjust my chair then. Oh. So my lovely kangaroo is going in crumb cake, the pale crumb cake. And that gorgeous little koala is going to be in grey. We will stick those. I want to move my stamps, actually, the ones that have got a lot of ink on, because if I put my paper in and they get caught on there now, then I'm not going to be a happy bunny. Move them out the way. So my koala is just getting coloured in this beautiful pale smoky slate. Isn't that cute? You'd think it'd have a little Joey in there, not a koala, but oh well, koala's better than nothing in the pouch. I don't know what, it's gone one of my bulbs is out, that's why. Oh gosh, they're just going left, right and centre just lately. I did go out and buy the LED ones, which are supposed to last about 12 years, but these are blowing like mad. And it cost us a fortune as well. About £26 for 8. You don't mind spending that if they're going to last 12 years. But when they're blowing all the time. But I think it's the old ones that are blowing. We haven't changed them all yet. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely. What a gorgeous little kangaroo this is. And a good size, really. So where the darker shades are, I'm just coming in with my darker pen. And I'm going to add some shading. Oh, look, how beautiful. And then I'm going to do his little chest a little bit darker as well. Love this. This set we all had in our bag. Oh, I've just gone over his paw, bless. It's a grey koala with a brown paw. It was in all our bags when we went to on stage. Absolutely. When I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. this is just the cutest thing ever. Isn't that lovely? Just coming down his leg, a bit shading. Top of his foot. Oh, look how beautiful. So now is the bit I love the most, not fussy cut. God, it's really dark. Excuse me a moment. Oh, I'm back. Oh, I had to get him to change that light bulb. It was just so dark and dingy in here. So here comes the fussy cutting bit. And like I'm saying, I'm using slightly thicker Whisper White because he's going to be only glued on halfway down. So I want him to have a bit of stability. So I'm getting quite used to this fussy cutting actually. I'm getting there. Just taking. I'm going to get another creature out of this piece of card. I cut that right along. I can use that for something else. I'm still, which I ordered, oh, what's it called? Whisper White cardstock, and it's been out of stock for ages now. I finally had an email today. I think I ordered about 3 weeks ago. It must be easy, 2-3 weeks ago. And it's finally come in. They must sell out of this stuff so fast. But it is top quality. It's really good quality. Can't fault it. And the images stamp on it perfectly. Get rid of this out the way. And do you know what? I think, no, I definitely know, Carla said she had an email from the, I don't know if you all watch Brandy's cards. And she had sent her some cards in for the challenge. Oh my gosh, and I'm just waiting on Carla now to film them. Oh, I can't wait to see what these look like. Oh, the gorgeous Brandy Cox. I've watched her ever since I can remember. Oh, for the longest time. I think the first person I ever watched on YouTube about card making was the gorgeous Brandy Cox. I was sitting in awe of her. Used to watch us do like 10 cards in 20 minutes or 20 cards in, well, it's not 20 cards. I think she's done as many as that before, but right, now I'm gonna add these beautiful animals. Look at me singing again. So I'm adding glue because it's going to be quite a flush card, but I'm only adding just a 1/2. Yeah, about a half, because I don't want, oops, it's a bit wonky then. I don't want to glue too high, but enough to keep him secure against there. I love that bird. Oh my gosh. And again, about halfway. I don't think his tail, no it doesn't, its tail doesn't go any higher, but just want him sitting amongst the grass. How cute. Oh my word. Now I'm going to glue the whole of my giraffe. Because he's going on the back wall. Oh, right there now, silly sausage. Quick, grab a green. Silly sausage. I have cut some of my leaves out. And if you're watching, Amanda, if you watch the cancer charge, the cancer challenge cards from today from Brenda, she give you a shout out, sweetheart. She it was inspired by some of your cards. So she popped in a piece of paper saying, inspired by the wonderful Amanda Charlesworth, Scrimping Mama. So you've had a mention as well today, my darling. I think Brenda finds you lovely. So, oh, have I got, is it 2 I put there? Yeah, I put 2 flat on each panel. I have cut a load of these out, actually. And I want to try. And let's get my giraffe down before, if they need one more, actually. Before that glue dries on my giraffe. I'm going to put one in here. So now we can glue him down. And I want to just tuck him under there if I can. Just by the littlest bit. Oh my god, he looks like he's having a ball with those. And the other colour is my Tranquil Tide. And it took me about 30 seconds once I got the card stuck. I mean, you can cut some of these a bit shorter if you want, so you haven't got so much of all that root showing. And I added dimensionals as well. Oh my gosh, isn't this beautiful? So I'll stick all the flat ones down first. So we've got Old Olive. And whoops, I guess get a darker one. Oh, they're just jumping out of my hands. And we're just going to add these along the top of the card, trying not to go over the joint like I did, if you can help it. Yeah, you'll have to have a bob on, Amanda, and have a look at the card challenge for today. The lovely Brenda Harrison. It was so taken. She'd done 5 cards inspired by yourself and 2 other ladies. I can't remember the other 2 ladies' names. I do apologise. Where did I put them down here? No, I'll put them somewhere. I'll find them later. So there's all our flat ones. I did 2 of each colour in the flat and 2 of each colour in with the dimensionals on. So now just a matter of having a look, see, layering them up. Love this Old Olive colour. I haven't pressed yet. Gosh, I can't grip it. That's better. There we go. I'm trying to keep the leaves basically along the top. So I'm going to grab a Tranquil Tide one. You could do some in paler browns like Ale Espresso. You know, it could be water towards the fall time. It's entirely up to yourselves. So I don't want to cover him totally up. You can always trim off the other bits if you want, but it's starting to take shape now. It's absolutely adorable. Love this. And if you are a fussy cutting queen, like not me, because I hate it, then you're way to go. You can add more leaves, different types of leaves. Use your botanical builders. You could use any punches you wanted. I'm going to cross these over a little bit. Try not to get, like I'm saying, going over the corners. I'm going to add one of these beautiful mint macaron ones. Just crossing over the leaves, just to add texture and depth. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going to fetch one more of these leaves, this pale one. Oh my gosh, I just looked up then and Carla has just messaged me. I finally got the video film from Brandy's cards. I got a box of 50 today from Colleen Stokesbury. She's on Facebook group and follows you on YouTube as well. So as soon as they finish uploading, I will send you the link. Colleen, thank you, my darling. Oh my gosh. This card challenge has been out of this world, and you wonderful, wonderful people. You just made my day. Gosh, I am so happy that this is taken off so quickly and with the massive response the way it has. I'm in awe of all of you beautiful ladies. You're just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And thank you, Amanda, for inspiring some of my wonderful ladies. So, that's my card done. I think it's gorgeous. You want to add some other little critters, you want to put those little mushrooms back in. It's entirely up to you, but look at this. We've got the wilderness in the background, and then we've got the jungle up there for our... Add a couple of giraffes. Do some reverse stamping. Face them the other way. Maybe have a couple more giraffes going back here. But I'm completely satisfied with my card, and I am so glad I filmed it now. I was thinking, should I, shouldn't I? They've seen the animal out in 3 times already, but I'm sure if you're like me, you will love this beautiful card. And I love the way they stand up. They do fit inside a normal size envelope. I have some close to hand, I think. Oh no, I popped them back away. Let me just grab one or two. My desk is tight. These are going in the box for Lorraine as well. And there we go. This is the one I've just made with you on camera. Absolutely fabulous. And yeah, they fit in a perfect sized envelope. And they even go in these beautiful cellophane bags so Lorraine can send them into the charity. Hate them bits. I have a job of filming all the videos, and our lovely Lorraine has a job to take all the peelings off the back. Bless her soul. I do love her. And yeah, so there's the one I did the other day. This is the one we've just done together, and they do fit. You can decorate your envelope now with some leaves. They do fit in these bags, envelopes. And I do hope you give them a go, because they were so much fun to make. Like I say, about 30-40 seconds to cut all those leaves out. If you've got the card at hand. And you saw how long it took me to stamp, colour and cut that one out. And these are smaller. He is so straightforward, it's unreal. But that scenery was done in no time. Prep all these stamps ahead of time. And away to go. But I do hope you enjoy and you give me a thumbs up. I think that's really nice of you to drop by. And if you want to subscribe, press this button here in the corner. Little bell will come up straight afterwards. And I do tend to film every single day. So you're more than welcome to press that button and get notified. And then you'll see all the future videos. But until next time, I love you all so much. God bless you all. Bye.